I go by the name of Polar Bear, by the way. I've been running the spoken word course here since 2009, and I'll be your host for the evening. Scoring are slammers, that's what we call them, right? John Berkovich, please say hello to John Berkovich. It's so much like a game show all of a sudden. Stephanie Dogfoot. And Zena Edwards. Ronak.
I've got a shipwrecked heart, a pirouetting ravine, superfluous emotional morphine running up my spine. I walk with a pin under every nerve. Polar shifts in my soul, an internal compass in my psyche, pointing me home to sunburned necks coated in pickled spices of pain. As the free flood sewers narrowly flow by the newly opened 5-star Marriott Hotel, Mumbai. New shopping malls built with the bones of our parents, as their children drag ragged pillows through the streets to etiquettely wipe their nose, guilting the wasted foreign man into some change. As billionaires lounge in buckets of chilled air, munching on saucy Italian, the country is folding on its own corrupt fat belly. And the soil is red, red from blood. Or pan. A 20 rupee haircut and the wheel spins again. And the click-click-ching on the meter as the rickshaw hurries me away to my friends as we rule the long orange days of our teenage years. First kisses. Second kisses. And the day arrives in another state. Calm strength from God, infused in whispering air, deafening time with the sound of 1,000,001 hands trying to feed 1,000,003 mouths, scooping and shaping each mouthful as not to sin, as we incinerate our lungs from the incomplete carbon roadside combustion on the way to a market overrun with the day's deliverance of happy chaos and old friends. Maybe one day, when my lungs are filled with air hotter than my blood. The day when my skin color is not one from a community, but one of a country. I will rise in that arid wind. I will dance in the cleanse of that monsoon rain, and I will beg the sun to melt the night and give me back my paradise. But my paradise lives in a place which no man knows. A place where time doesn't grow until first seared in a scorched silver sunset. A place where beggars are as common as the common sense of punctuality. And who you are isn't defined by who you wear, who you smell like, who drives you, but by when you wake and never again wish to sleep. Imagine a nation. Because imagination sometimes is all I have. My only ticket, my only brush, my only friend. So he and I will live forever in my India.
Ronak! Much. Right. Ronak!
I come from a town where the people look brown, talk black, and act white. And a generation of education that taught me that all I need to get by is a C. And this town is a collection, This town, oh wait, no, sorry, I'm so sorry. And this town is a big shoes, but little steps town. Of people who walk down the street to avoid the street light. Of people who don't know which side of the road they're really on. A displaced generation. the ones who never grew up in the land they come from, because money speaks louder than words in this town. And it's a little bit of hypocrisy that there's no jobs, and those that are advertised only want to attract the eyes of those with a life that is full of experience. But when your life has been divided in between playing football in the park and taking care of your nan, it's suddenly a very long walk to that interview. Just long enough to experience the disguise of a proper person living a proper life who has always paid taxes and has never been to jail, has always stayed away from drugs and unmotivated. But as he sits down in the giant's den of ink and men with suits and ties way more expensive than his Primark laces, he suddenly thinks to his dear nan and new family of 3, and holds on to his chair for dear life as they fire the questions of commitment and make him jump through red hoops of shame because he needs this job to help offload the recent inheritance of a mortgage. But the boss man don't see that. So he's been rejected from 28 jobs on the basis that stereotyping isn't a factor they type on a sheet. It's a factor hiding somewhere in people's eyes, like a filter on a camera that warps what you see. And suddenly, all black boys are gangsters, and all Muslim teens with beards walk around with baggy jeans because they're all carrying a bomb. All Polish guys can only be builders. Indians are born to be doctors, not actors. And you see, you should never hire a white girl because she'll soon ask for maternity leave. This town is a collection of cut lives that are way beyond Band-Aids. The only thing that will keep this town alive is love. And there is so little of it to see under these sad sodium lamplights. It either shines bright like a torch in the public eye, a fairy tale marriage, a prince is born, or it's barely staying alive behind closed doors. And yet, in this melting pot of colors and creeds, there's people cutting at me if my girlfriend's white or my best friend is black and gay. But didn't the Black Eyed Peas once say we gotta have love to set us straight? Why can't it be in this town that we can walk up to a complete stranger and say, I don't know you, but I love you?
Thank you. Ronak! In third place, Ben. There is a check coming, right? There is a check coming, right? Here, I mean, I've been here since 2009, and here's where it gets a little bit different, because for the first time ever, there's an exact tie, right? And what's happened is, like, exactly from going back to like when they were kids and stuff, it's an exact tie, right? So what's happened is, in the name of, this is about a numbers scoring thing, so people have decided that what's going to happen is the following 2 people are going to split the first and second prize money and rotate the cups in the name of, it was exactly the same. Is that all right with you, right? So listen, joint, for the first time streamers, joint Roundhouse Slam Champions of 2013, Ronak and Antosh. You can now dance all night. Right, basically, thank you so much for coming and being part of this. Everyone's been amazing. If you want to say something to somebody on your way out, come and do it, because this is what we kind of feed off, the responses and your thoughts. Thank you very much for listening and sharing with us on a Wednesday night, and hopefully see you next time. Take care.